We spend so much of our day just talking to people. But how often does that talk actually lead to, real clarity? What if you could upgrade those conversations? I mean, really turn them from just back and forth into this powerful toolkit for building connections and actually getting things done. So let's dive in and see how we can do that. I'm sure you know the feeling. Picture this. You've carefully laid out all the context, all the important details. You ask this super specific, thoughtful question. And what do you get back? Just yes. It's like hitting a conversational brick wall. And you're just left there, kind of baffled, wondering, did they even hear me?
Okay, but here is the good news. Being a great communicator, it's not some magic power you're born with. It is absolutely a skill. And like any skill, you can learn it, you can practice it, and you can get really, really good at it. It's all about having the right tools in your toolkit, and maybe even more important, knowing exactly when to pull out each one.
All right, so let's start with maybe the most basic tool we have, the question itself. Because, and this is key, the kind of question you ask basically determines the kind of answer you're going to get. Think of it like having two main modes in your toolkit, open questions and closed questions. Getting this right? It's the first huge step toward getting the information you actually need. Okay, first up, the closed question. This is your go-to for speed and just simple confirmation. You're thinking things like, did you send that invoice? Or is our meeting at 3? You just need a quick fact, a simple yes or no to check a box. It's efficient, it's direct, it gets right to the point. No room for confusion. Then, on the flip side, you've got the open question. And this is your tool for discovery, for exploration. These are the ones that usually start with words like what, or how, or why. And the whole point is they can't be answered with a simple yes. When you ask something like, so what are your thoughts on this new design? Well, that invites all the details, the context. It opens the door to a much richer conversation. So let's put this side by side, see how it actually works. If you ask a closed question, is the report finished? You're gonna get a yes or a no. And hey, sometimes that's all you need, it's perfect. But if you ask an open question like, what's the current status of the report? Suddenly you might find out that, yeah, the data's analyzed, but the summary's not written yet, and the graphics are a week behind. See the difference? One gives you a single data point, the other gives you the whole story. Okay, so now we've got a handle on asking for information. But what about asking for action? Let's talk about our next tool, making a request. I know, this can feel so awkward, right? Almost confrontational. But it really, really doesn't have to be that way. If you can just frame it as a clear, simple process toward a goal you both share, it actually becomes this incredible tool for collaboration. This little 3-step formula, it takes all the guesswork out of it. Okay, step 1, provide context. This is the why behind your ask, and this is so important because it helps the other person understand why it matters, what the priority is. Second, just state what you need. Be super clear and simple. No ambiguity means no room for misunderstanding. And finally, number 3, define the when. Give a specific deadline or time frame. Boom, that sets clear expectations and gets everybody on the same page, ready to go. All right, but great communication isn't a one-way street, right? It's not just about getting what you need. It's just as much about giving and receiving support. And knowing how to offer and accept help in a good way, that is the absolute foundation of any great team. It's what takes a bunch of individuals and turns them into a real collaborative unit. And look at how simple but powerful these little habits are. So instead of that vague, hey, let me know if you need anything, which, let's be honest, puts all the work back on them, try something really specific, like, hey, can I help you with that spreadsheet? And when you're on the receiving end and you accept help, just confirm what's needed so you're both perfectly aligned. And this is a big one. Even if you don't need the help, always, always acknowledge the offer. That little gesture builds so much goodwill and makes your working relationships so much stronger. Okay, let's tackle a big one. Disagreement. So many people just shy away from it, right? But healthy, respectful disagreement, it's not just good, it is essential for coming up with the best ideas. It's how we find the best solutions, period. The secret, the real trick, is learning how to challenge the idea, not the person. And that all starts by making it feel safe for people to actually speak their minds. You know, having a few phrases in your back pocket like this can make all the difference. When you use language like this, it signals that you're trying to collaborate, not start a fight. Think about it. When you say, I understand your point, but have we considered, you're literally showing them that you've listened before you offer your own take. That simple little shift in language is so powerful. It can take what could be a tense conflict and turn it into a super constructive, creative brainstorm.
So when you step back and look at all of this, every single tool we've just talked about, the open questions, the clear requests, offering help, disagreeing respectfully, they're all pointing to one thing. The goal here isn't just to have more conversations. The goal is to have clearer conversations, to communicate with intention, and to get to that place of crystal clear understanding.
So, as we wrap things up here, I want to leave you with a question to think about. Just think about the rest of your day, the meetings you have, the emails you're going to send, those quick chats you might have. With all these tools in mind, what is one conversation, just one, that you're going to approach a little bit differently today?